Guys, it's coffee time. Today is Tuesday, but for me, it was Tuesday. For some reason, I thought it was Wednesday all day, and I have no idea why that is, but I'm totally happy with it being Tuesday, specifically with the liquid U. If there's no liquid U there, if it's just Tuesday and not Tuesday, it's not nearly as fun to imagine that we are living and existing inside of a day known as Tuesday. These are my feelings. So today was pretty good. It was pretty magical, aside from the fact that I am positive, I am certain that there is a bee's nest in the tree outside of our house. My reason being, okay, so there are these trees that I have no idea what they are. I don't know what they're called. I know nothing about them. I just know that they're big trees with like a domed top that has all of these big red fluffy flowers all over them. And we have a few of those out in our front yard. And they're pretty, they're nice. You can tell from looking at the, well, if you're a horticulturist's daughter, you can tell from looking at the flowers that they're probably like pretty sticky, kind of like rhododendron flowers. They've got that kind of like fuzziness to them. But yeah, so these are like everywhere and there's like weirdness. And most of the trees have, when you look at them, you see like a few bees here and there, like chillaxing. And then the tree that is right outside of our house, right in front of our gate, has so many bees on it. Just an alarming amount of bees. Like every time I walk out to my car or walk into the house, I'm petrified to walk by that tree. Because I'm positive there's going to be one day one of those bees is going to think that I'm giving him the stank eye. And then we're going to have words, and I'm going to be the one who winds up, well, I guess, if he's a honeybee, he'll die. That doesn't happen with yellow jackets, as far as I know. We're going to Google it. Yellow jackets can sting more than once. Can yellow jackets sting more than once? Yes, they can sting more than once because their stinger is not barbed like bees and therefore can't stick you with one sting, but can be used multiple times. Okay, good. Double checking things that I learned as a child. So yeah, honeybees, when they sting you, they die. Yellow jackets, they sting you, and then they can, like, pop back out and keep stinging you or sting somebody else or live to sting another day. So I don't know what sort of bees these are, if they're wasps. I have no idea because I haven't gotten a clear look at them. I just know that they're all over this tree. And it petrifies me because they, like, even if I'm on the porch, like I'm still trying to do my thing where I'm outside for at least 10 minutes every day. And it's been hard. It's honestly been hard the last couple of days because I walk outside and bees are all up in my business. And I'm like, no, I don't want any of this. Oh my gosh. So I tweeted at one point today being like, I hate waiting for maintenance, guys, which I think is a pretty common feeling. I think that most people wind up feeling that way. So today, let me back up. Yesterday, the maintenance guys show up to fix our ceiling, which has huge holes in it. And I had told my roommates, yes, I will be home, I will be around to let the maintenance guys in and answer any of their questions, blah, blah, blah. So they come here, and this is a day when I'm going to be available. They come here, they look up at the ceiling, they look at each other, and they look up at the ceiling, and they say a couple words, like muttered. And they look up at the ceiling again, and they go, yeah, it's dry up there now. I was like, well, it certainly should be. The leak was fixed, and it's been days. He said, yeah. So I guess we'll come back tomorrow and fix that ceiling. And I was like, weren't you gonna fix the ceiling today? They said, yeah, but I mean, we weren't sure whether or not it was gonna be dry, so we didn't even bring the stuff we needed to fix the ceiling. It's like, okay. So they literally came, these two dudes literally came here to look up, look at each other, look up, and then go, that looks pretty dry, and then high five it and leave. So today, they had told me, we will absolutely be there before noon. And I said, okay. Because I have a meet. The reason I wasn't on MangaPod, I had a meeting that I had to go to at 5. So I was like, I will be gone between 4:30 and 5 is when I have to leave, depending on when my ride gets here. And they said, yeah, we'll be there before noon. It's totally fine. It'll take us like no time at all to fix that ceiling. It's like, okay, okay. So guess what time they showed up? They showed up at 4 o'clock. I was like, well, I was here to let you in. And by the time they finally got to like working on the ceiling, I was leaving. It was so silly. It was so silly, you guys. It was just like, you said before noon. Why is this hard? I don't know the life of a plumber. I'll be honest. I don't know the life of any sort of house maintenance worker. And maybe the schedules get all sorts of mixed up. But it feels to me as though if your life is hectic as a house maintenance worker, it makes a lot more sense to do things like, all right, we're going to block out the time to fix this ceiling. And if for some reason it's not dry, we know that there's a different problem that we need to address. So either way, we'll book out this time to do the thing that we said we were going to do. Not like take all the time to go to somebody's house, look and be like, oh, it's dry, that's a dry thing up there, and then leave. That's so silly to me, guys, that's so silly to me. But, yes. So, yeah, waited around for the maintenance guys. I played the first hour of Off, and it was awesome. The art in that game is so interesting to me. It's very Homestucky in ways. And the actual, like drawn art of their faces and stuff when they're talking is so creepy interesting. Like, I can tell that game is already really weird, and the way that it's been pitched to me is, yeah, as you play it, it gets a lot darker. It's already, like, weird and kind of dark, so I'm like, I'm intrigued, game. I'm intrigued. Let's go on. Go on. Let's keep doing this. So I'm very excited to keep playing that. And yeah, I just love that I found out about that game through Tumblr. I think that that's kind of exciting because, you know, Tumblr's like my jam. Tumblr's my bro. So finding a game through that's like kind of obscure, but everybody who has played it says, "Oh, that's a really good, interesting game." You know, it's like, yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. So yes, had my meeting and missed Manga Pod, which was very sad, but looking at the screenshots, it was apparently hilarious. I wish that I had been there. And had an amazing dinner with Jesse and TB and our friend Umatani. Husky was going to be there, but he had to run, so he didn't get to go. But we got Brazilian barbecue, which is basically, was the most bizarre, not the most bizarre thing, but it was kind of a bizarre thing. You had like a little ticket that either said, yeah, basically said either, yeah, I want meat, or no, I'm done with meat. And these dudes walk around with skewers with all different types of meat. So like there's one guy who's like leg of lamb. You're like, yeah. And then there's one guy who's like garlic steak. And you're like, yeah. Like, it's ridiculous. But here was the dang highlight, you guys, and I am going to start doing this, was roasted pineapple with cinnamon. It was so good. It was so good because I was like almost in a meat coma, and then this guy came by with pineapple. And I was like, what's that? There's like a coating on there. And I sniffed. I went, oh my gosh, wait a minute. Is this hot pineapple with cinnamon on it? And he was like, yeah. It's like, what? So I started eating it, and I was like, this is incredible. It's not very acidic. I don't know if that's from heating it up or if the cinnamon helps with that, because cinnamon, when I was a kid, and I had like high acidity problems, one of the things that would help my stomach was mixing cinnamon with water. And I don't know why that helped, but apparently it's one of those things that like neutralizes. It's like a bitter that helps counteract the acid, much like if you have acidity problems and you keep radicchio around. Radicchio is like this very, very bitter Italian cabbage. And I would keep radicchio around, and sometimes when my stomach would act up, I'd just eat some radicchio because it was like the super bitter that counteracted the acid. So I'm so curious to know if the reason that the pineapple wasn't very acidic is because it was cooked, or if it was because of the cinnamon, or maybe both. Maybe it was like a combo. Maybe they did some of that. I don't know. But, yeah. So I had a pretty good day, aside from thinking the maintenance guys were going to get here earlier than they did. But they're really nice. They're so nice, super chill, sweet dudes. But, like, chill to a fault. I'm just like, guys, you gotta get it together. You gotta get it together. But, yeah. And for any of you who watched MangaPod, I hope that it was fun. I'm sorry I couldn't be there. I'll definitely be there next week. And, yeah. I hope that you guys had a great day. And I will talk to you again tomorrow. Bye-bye. Mwah.